Okay, friends, so I will eventually put this in Moxfield, but I figured I would show you what the final cuts ended up being. So, I wanted to sort of go by theme. So, first, we've got our major theme, which is going to be recruiting tokens, like just generating a ton of tokens, +1/+1 counters, and then also using those to become mana dorks and untapping them, and it's just so much going on. Sorry on it. So, we've just got a lot here. Let's see, special shout outs. I kind of wanted to take this out because when they give an odd number, I always dislike when they're different, because I have +1/+1 tokens. Don't make me make it complicated, but the ward is too good. Unstoppable plan, gonna be amazing if I can do that, plus with being able to, and then tons and tons of opportunities for my tokens to just get buffed. This one was also pretty good, so lots of lifelink. Anytime I just swing, I get, so we're going really wide, but also super freaking powerful. So lots of life gain and recruiting. Like, there's just going to be a lot of BS going on here. So that's phase one of like a lot of the synergy. One sec. Okay, I totally forgot Bard in the first part, because yes, he's also integral for drawing extra cards and doubling tokens again. So I've got lots of opportunities to double and quadruple tokens. Secondary theme is casting instants and sorceries as many times as I can. So obviously we love all of these effects. I'm trying to focus on white and red primarily, so burn and going wide, making more tokens. So we've got Radagast, making it so that I can cast things with flash for creatures. I also have some protection kind of all over, but like I really like this. I'll easily get storied, so that'll be good, and then that'll give me ward. One ward. Yeah, you know what it does. Fast song's kind of nice too, so being able to shuffle things back in if I'd like. That depends on how much it's gonna get exiled, because I do have like some repeat from. So yeah, like again, repeat from graveyard. Frodo is honestly was thematically has to stay, obviously, but like but the temptation's gonna be great. But then I've got a couple things that we saw on the other section of them that like will keep buffing people as they get blocked, which is nice. Just a little mana dork and just slightly cheaper, kind of helpful. Again, Gandalf helping me cast sorceries as flash. More temptations. Instant sorcery dealing damage. Preventing people from being able to do too much outside of their turn, or not letting them ramp with like mana rocks and stuff. Kind of nice, kind of mean. This was nice just because I've got prismatic omens somewhere in there, that so like all of my lands are every type. So like I originally had like balanced it so that I had more mountains, but I'm realizing if that's out, everything's gonna be a mountain. But then this is just a nice way to go get one of my 2 dragons if I haven't gotten them already. Eagles is eventually going to be pretty cheap, because if I have creatures with flying, or if I temporarily give them flying, he becomes real cheap. So, and then he'd be an 8/8 flyer. So, good news there. Mid deck building, someone came in and offered me to purchase Gleaming Splendor, and I wanted the pretty version. So $120 upgrade mid deck building, but like worth it. And then obviously that goes really well with Smog, and then just also making treasures. So an Arkenstone, again, another way for my creatures to be buffed. More draw. He's just a little guy with lifelink. But I imagine he's going to get big real fast. So, but lifelink's great. And then obviously cost reducers plus like extra bonus things, right? Like I do usually like Sapphire, like the medallions, but this is really nice, being able to give me twice as much life and twice as many counters and haste and milling extra for people. Though I can pay for them to mill, but and then it sucks because I actually had like I don't know. I had too many instants of sorceries, but I had to sort of narrow it down, obviously. So these are kind of what I went with. And again, remembering that I can hopefully recast these a couple times. So, exiling, each opponent exiles, and then if there are 2 more instants of sorceries in my graveyard, which there probably would be, it actually deals damage to each opponent equal to the power of the creature they exiled. So that's pretty good. Raising the so this is all like my interaction down here, by the way. So yeah, and then raise a palisade, great. Primarily humans, so that will be great. Settle the wreckage, a failsafe if I need it. Path to exile, and then a counter spell and an absorb, as well as a display of power, so being able to copy anything on the stack, so that's great too. The copies wouldn't trigger Aragorn, but they're still going to be real good. And then another good kind of escape option, which literally called escape, destruction and destruction. So, and then get 8 bajillion lands. So pretty great. And then another good all-out army. Things are crazy. So that is our boy Aragorn the Uniter, and I will have to report back on how. Oh, it's also running 35 lands. And then I've got these up here for some. I got lots of trying to make sure that I have no max hand size as often as possible, because we will be drawing an awful lot of cards with this deck, and then playing an awful lot of cards. So I'm excited to show it off and see how it runs. I will eventually get my things in my link tree, so look out for the deck lists soon, and then I'm gonna start working on Avacyn.